Well, hey guys, good evening. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to the show. This is Tuesday, March 24th, 2026. Hopefully, we don't have any issues today. I know we had lost some feeds yesterday because of OneStream Live. I did complain about that. They said they're working on it. They said they'd get back to me. They never do. Anyway, hopefully, today is a good day. But just thought I'd let you know that if we do lose a feed or something like LinkedIn or something, it does get pushed back later. It just sometimes the live gets broken. All right, guys, it's great to have you here. If this is your very first time with me, I want to say welcome and thank you so much for joining me. If you've been here before many times, of course, thank you and welcome back. It's always great to have you here and people that enjoy the quality of my content and want to make that part of their lives. All right, guys, another amazing show for you guys. If you have not checked out BelieveMeAchieve.com, what are you waiting for? Go check that out after the show is over, not now. And you can do that at BelieveMeAchieve.com. That's short form content, long form content, articles, reels, so much more. So definitely go check that out. All right, guys. And again, check out BelieveMeAchieve.com after the show, which you can do 24 hours a day. If you're thirsty, guys, feel free to go grab yourself an RO water, a drink, maybe some fruit, snack, whatever, float your boat. Whether it be healthy or not, that's totally up to you. All right, guys. This is Inspirations for Your Life, the daily motivational show. And the weekly master topic is See It Right, Live It Strong. Today's Tuesday. Like I said, it is March 24, 2026. And today we're talking about Move Without Delay. It's Series 5. It's show I think now it's actually show number 13 and it's episode number 4. All right, guys. Who am I? Oh, sure. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, keynote speaker, graduate student, and a passionate lifelong learner. And pretty soon I'll be a published author, and I'm really psyched for that. This episode is all about momentum, decisive action, and building unstoppable personal power, because your personal power turns into your other power, which would be your business power. Tonight, I'm focusing on moving without delay, transforming hesitation into forward motion, and using deliberate choices to create results. Every point that I'm sharing with you is designed to give you actionable clarity, confidence, and energy to move you and your life forward, starting right now. All right, so let's kick in gear. Number one, guys, action creates opportunity. Every step you take opens a door. Okay, every step that you take opens a door. Waiting, guys, in case you didn't know, it slows progress. Hesitation costs momentum. Okay, I think that's an important one to know. And move now, not later. All right. Number two, guys, procrastination is progress lost. Start before perfect. Done beats perfect every time. Action builds confidence. Forward motion reinforces belief. Motion creates momentum. Every compounds of the energy that we have will move us forward to speed in creating advantages. Quick decisions outperform slow ones. Action removes fear. Momentum dissolves hesitation. Number three. And start small, move fast. Micro steps ignite massive change. Execution beats. Yes, ideas and plans without action remain dreams. Action begins and builds clarity. Number three, guys, movement reveals what matters most. Keep moving forward. Consistency beats bursts of effort. Movement creates energy, and that fuels further action. Action solves problems, and progress eliminates indecision. Progress requires motion. Stagnation blocks success. So do it now, guys. The best time is always the present. And so that's an important one. All right. Number four, action builds discipline. Momentum reinforces habits. Momentum beats hesitation. Indecision kills opportunity, and action creates results. All right. Results act and attract more options. Number four, move with purpose. Focused energy multiplies output. Execution defines success. Effort determines achievement. Action creates growth. Growth only comes from doing. Number five, guys, stop waiting. Start doing. Time won't wait for you. Momentum starts with action. Forward motion compounds quickly. Action builds identity. Who you are is what you do. Number six, guys, keep going daily. Small steps accumulate into mastery. Movement creates change. Every move alters your reality. Number six, guys, action builds power. Control grows through forward motion. All right. I think that's an important one. Seven, start and adjust. Flexibility fuels continuous progress. Move forward, guys. Always forward is the only direction that matters. Never backward, never stagnant. And I think when we start to realize some of these understandings and we start to get, I'm going to say, an epiphany of what does it mean to move without delay? If I had to ask you that question right now, what does it mean to move without delay? What does that mean? I think when people hear this, they get taken off guard because people don't think that you actually can do that, but you actually can. So moving without delay, it's a concept about taking immediate intentional action instead of waiting, hesitating, procrastinating, overthinking, all those wonderful things. And it can be expanded with longer, more vivid things for you to do. So things like seizing the moment before it slips away. We've heard that many times. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect moment is created when you choose to act. Number two, turn intention into action instantly. Every idea, plan, or insight only gains power when you act on it immediately. Number three, guys, stop letting hesitation steal your progress. Delay allows doubts and distractions to creep in, slowing your forward momentum. Number four, guys, act before fear convinces you to pause. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving through it. And I think that's something a lot of people miss today. They get stuck in fear, like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Move through it, right? And I think that's hard for a lot of people, right? Number five, build momentum by starting now, even if you do it imperfectly. Remember I said done is better than perfect? Small early steps compound into major results over time. And I think that's hard for a lot of people to understand that, we compound our results over time, but we really, really do. Number six, guys, transform energy into measurable results immediately. Energy doesn't alone account for enough things. Only action converts efforts into true measurable outcomes. And I think that's something important for everyone here that's watching or listening either today or in the future to really get serious about. Number eight, guys, leverage urgency as a tool for progress. Treat every moment as a chance to move closer to your goals. Every moment, not just the moments that you think are convenient for you. Number nine, guys, number nine is important. Move intentionally, not just hurried. Quickness matters, but deliberate focus in the motion area multiplies results. That's where the compounding happens, all right? Avoid the trap of analysis paralysis. We've heard this before, but it is a true thing, guys. So what am I saying? Avoid the trap of analysis paralysis. Thinking endlessly without action is the fastest way to fall behind. You keep thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Got to start doing, right? So in short, guys, when we think about this, think about moving without delay. It's about turning intention into, pure action immediately. Trusting yourself to start before perfect conditions appear and creating momentum that accelerates your daily progress. It's about using timing as leverage, not as excuse. Too many people say, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time. but they're actually going to be used in your favor if you learn how to do them. It's like, oh my gosh, there's enough time in the day. That's a great advantage for you to seize the moment and to do all that you can. If you know this and if you understand it, then I think it will resonate, but it won't click with you the very first time that you hear it. I've got to be honest with you. It will not click the very first time. And I think that's because we haven't had enough experience. We haven't had enough belief in that area of our life. So that's something that many people won't get. And the reason they won't get it is because they'll just think, well, I could do it later. I could do it later. And I get that you can do it later. I get that, right? But anybody can procrastinate. Anybody can make excuses. But it takes a unique individual to seize the moment and move forward, okay? When your vision sharpens, your decisions improve. And I think as we're talking about this whole week about clarity, right? About seeing it right, living it strong, moving without delay, knowing that our actions will spark opportunity, and knowing that a lot of people get scared because they feel they're not perfect enough to start. You don't have to be perfect to start, but you do have to start to becoming perfect. I think that's a very important one. And a lot of people say to me, John, you don't understand my life, or you don't get what I'm going through. Maybe I didn't go through what you've gone through, but I understand a lot of things. And to be able to dial into what you're doing is key. I get it. So, a big thing, guys, a real big thing is action uncovers hidden opportunities. Waiting just is a creative mask on the possibilities that only motion will reveal. Forward steps will always amplify our learning, and small, tiny things we do will trigger exponential effects. Momentum, I said before, fuels our confidence, but why do people not do it? Because they're afraid. Courage is not something you read about. Courage is something you get through execution. The more you execute, the more you do, the more confidence you get. I'll give you an example. If you're studying for a math test, right? The more problems you do, the more confident you are that you're going to do well on that test. I think that's a very important thing. Forward motion breaks stagnation. And I think when we can understand that and we can know where we are at the moment, I think that can be the greatest, that can actually be one of the greatest things in our life. All right. But I want to tell you that you should not get scared about this. Okay. And I say that to you because a lot of people I know, very smart, intelligent, they get scared. Okay. They don't start immediately, they hesitate. They figure out for a long time all the things that could go wrong. And then that grounds them in the reason that they don't want to start. And it makes it hard to get them to go, right? Our micro actions compound into big results. But again, they're micro, so they don't happen all at once, right? When we think of failure, which is really not a failure, but people call them failures, they teach us faster than not doing anything. And I think when we can understand things like that, and we can understand things like rapid decisions, and we also can understand the fact that courage becomes not just a luxury, but a necessity to be successful. When we take that deliberate step, that deliberate action, right? Our life opens up. It becomes like, if you know how a peacock works, right? A peacock basically unfurls their wings. So does everybody know basically the story of why I want to say why and when a peacock unfurls their feathers. Anybody know the reason? Because there's a reason. Everything in life has a reason. Nature has so many amazing things. Okay. The iconic peacock feather. Yes, they're beautiful to watch. Okay. Male peacocks display their extravagant tail feathers primarily to get the other gender's attention. The large, colorful trains covered with eye like patterns signals a genetic fitness to females. Bright colors, size, symmetry, and number of eyes suggest the male is healthy, strong, and free of any parasites. So that's what the eyes and all the wings are basically in the feathers. Essentially, the tail is a visual advertisement of the quality of the male, much like a resume in the animal world. Peacocks typically unfurl their feathers during mating season, which varies by region, but often occurs in spring or early summer. And the display usually happens when a female is nearby. The male spreads his feathers, shakes them to produce a rustling sound, and positions himself to maximize visual impact. Establishing dominance, yes, sometimes males show their train to intimidate rivals or assert territory. Courtship, the peacock will strut, fan, and vibrate his feathers in combination with calls to attract other females. The feathers are not used for flight, as a lot of people think they are. They're not. They are purely for display. The peacock will often rotate its train in a semicircle and angle it toward the female for the best effect. The eye spots can deceive predators or rivals, adding an extra level of survival advantage. In short, a peacock unfurls its feathers to impress and attract and compete, and it does so whenever it senses a potential mate or rival nearby. Um, I think a lot of people, when you see a peacock and you see how beautiful it is, most people are like, "Wow, that's amazing," right? And it has that very euphoric feeling that, "Wow, I can't believe an animal is able to do that," but they are able to do that. So the most famous is the Indian peafowl. They're also known as the green peafowl, Pavo muticus, the Congo peafowl. Males are peacocks, colorful with the long trains, and females are peahens, brown and camouflaged, and juveniles are called peachicks. If you didn't know that, and males can reach up to 5 feet in length, including their tail feathers. The tail alone can be 4 to 5 feet in length. The lifespan of the peacock is 15 to 20 years in the wild, sometimes longer in captivity. So the behavior, how it works is feather display. Male peacocks unfurl their tail feathers, as we said, to attract mates. The number, size, and symmetry of the eye spots signal fitness to the female. Vocalization, known for loud, high pitched calls that can carry over long distances, often used to attract mates or warn of predators. Um, their diet, omnivorous, insects, plants, small reptiles, seeds, and grains. Despite their heavy feathers, peacocks can fly short distances, usually to roost in trees at night. Now, native South Asia, primarily India and Sri Lanka, uh, they're found in parks and estates worldwide due to the ornamental value. The habitat preference is forest edges, open woodlands, and farmland with access to water. Interesting fact about peacocks eye spots. Each feather's eye spot is an optical illusion to attract mates or deter predators. This is kind of cool. Usually it's found in small groups. Males may compete for territory. Cultural significance, symbol of beauty, pride, and immortality in many cultures. Um, and I think when we can, let's say, take a moment to realize all the wonders of a peacock, you have that same potential in your own life. Okay. So we know the male is a showstopper. We know that in the peacock world. Feathers as a mating signal, the eye spots galore. A mature peacock can have over 200 eye spots on its tail feathers, indicating good health. Peacocks unfurl their trains primarily during mating season, as I said, and the tail can grow from 4 to 5 feet long. And again, it's all about the symmetry. Peahens prefer males with symmetrical and well aligned eye spots, right? And peacocks have loud, shrill calls that can be heard over a mile away to warn or basically attract. So, a lot of people, when they hear about a peacock, they are so much in awe of it. But do they really know the facts of the peacock? And it's not just a peacock, it could be other animals, it could be other things in life. Do we take things for the face value, or do we really try to learn why they're there or what that purpose is? Anything in life could be brought to this attention. And so when we think about, today's topic, which is a very important one, we're thinking about, uh, the whole concept of moving, right? Moving without any delayed, uh, basically action. And I think by knowing this, it installs a set of confidence attributes in us. Confidence is something you don't go buy at Amazon. It's not something you just pick up from somebody. Somebody can teach you confidence, but the way they teach you, they've got to get you to do something so that you develop it. It's not something I can give you to be confident. I can run skills on you and I can get you to do certain activities that'll get you to build confidence. So I can be a guide or mentor to you, but I can't give you confidence. Okay. You give it to yourself. I can just guide or direct you to the right pathway you should take so that you can experience confidence. And when you experience it, guess what happens? You get more of it. You get that dopamine, that your effect in your brain and body, that natural high that makes us want to do more and more. So, moving without delay. If you had to ask yourself today, did you do everything without delay today, or did you make excuses for yourself, or did other people make excuses for yourself? And the bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, if you have made excuses, someone else has made excuses for you, you're going to do this day in and day out, not just today, not just tomorrow. You're going to say, "Oh, let me just do it. Let me just do it one more time." And by doing it one more time, I think that's a very important thing for us to realize. There's never just one more time. There's always going to be another time. Once you agree to have one more time, I think there'll always be another time. So that's a real important thing to understand. So momentum, ladies and gentlemen, is built, not wished for. Just like confidence, it's built, not wished for, not given. You're not born with confidence. We said leaders are basically made, not born. So it's not wished for. And you've learned a lot today on the show that decisive, deliberate action, small or large, is what truly turns potential to reality. Or what we were saying before is it really moves the needle. And the concept with that is when we're measuring things with a voltmeter that was analog, the needle would move. Now we have meters that are digital. So the needle doesn't move. We just have the numbers changing and a lot more precise. But saying the needle move was always very attractive, getting people's attention. And it's what turns the potential into true reality. So moving consistently, trusting your choices, and refusing to wait for perfect conditions. We all want to wait for the perfect conditions. We all want to wait for the perfect time. There never is going to be a perfect day, a perfect time. You create that. So, my advice to you guys is to start right now. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Don't move. without delay, right? If you did that, not moving without delay, you're going to procrastinate. So the key is we want to move without any delay. And I think once you've done it once and you get accustomed, you're like, oh, I get this. And I want you to be aware and watch the level of confidence in your mind. And then what I want you to do is I want you to notice the level of clarity in your mind. And then you know what I want you to do? I want you to pay attention to the personal power you have. Is it growing exponentially? Is it shrinking? Or is it staying the same? Everyone I know wants to be a leader. These are people that have a dollar, people that have billions of dollars, more than they can count. Confidence comes to people that practice. And practicing creates this natural drive for us to want to go forward more. It's like if you ever played a video game, right? You play the video game and you're on the first few screens and you get past the one, you get fast. You want to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, right? Maybe the game has like, I don't know, 300 levels or 400 levels. You want to keep going. You're challenged by the video game. I think that's a very important thing for us to understand is that we understand what that video game is doing to us. It's creating a very unique environment for us, a competitive environment that is pushing us to want to keep going forward. Now, it's a natural thing, just like if you've ever been on a team and you're competing, our body likes to compete. It likes to win games. It likes to win challenges. One person said to me, John, life is nothing more than a bunch of games. And when we learn how to play them, we get a lot out of life. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to check out every episode, not just this one, at believemeachieve.com, where I explore practical strategies, mind shifts, and actionable lessons